Feminine. Can you feel it? The air is heavier. The nights feel longer. Your body is restless. Your emotions are sharper, and your dreams are louder. This isn't random. It's spirit warning you. October will change everything. September was about collapse, karmics breaking, illusions burning, timelines dissolving. But October is different. October is embodiment. The universe will not let you carry old cycles into this new month. What was tolerated before will now feel unbearable. What was hidden will be exposed. And the masculine, no matter how much he runs, will feel the weight of this shift pressing into his chest. This is the threshold feminine, a doorway between what was and what must be. And Spirit is asking you now, will you step forward fully in your power, or will you cling to the old as it crumbles? Because once October begins, there's no turning back. The energy will demand alignment, and your journey and your union will be forever impacted. Are you ready to walk through this month with open eyes and an open heart? Why October brings a new stage for twin flames. Feminine, October is not simply another page on the calendar. On the twin flame path, it arrives as a threshold, a doorway between endings and beginnings. September carried the vibration of collapse, illusions falling, karmics breaking, cycles unraveling under the weight of truth. But October carries a different assignment. Embodiment. What the portal revealed in September must now be lived out. You are no longer allowed to stand half in and half out. Spirit demands clarity, courage, and alignment. October always holds a unique power because it sits between the energy of harvest and the descent into deeper spiritual reflection. Symbolically, it asks, what are you carrying forward, and what must you finally leave behind? For twin flames, this means choices are no longer optional. The feminine is called to anchor her sovereignty like never before, and the masculine Isiad is pushed to confront the truths he has tried to deny. You may already feel this, a restlessness that will not leave, a sense that something is closing, but something bigger is opening. Your body feels the tension, moments of exhaustion, followed by sudden bursts of clarity. Your emotions swing between grief and anticipation. This is not instability. This is your soul, bracing itself for a shift that will ripple through every corner of your journey. The feminine's role in October is to embody the lessons learned in separation. You cannot return to old patterns of chasing, waiting, or silencing your truth. Spirit will make it impossible to ignore your intuition. Every time you consider settling, your body will rebel. Every time you dim your light, life will feel suffocating. October is the month where the feminine steps fully into her mission, not as an act of rebellion against the masculine, but as an act of devotion to her soul. For the masculine, October is pressure. The karmics that collapsed in September now leave behind emptiness. The distractions that once worked now feel hollow. He cannot silence the tether. Dreams of you haunt him. Signs follow him. His chest aches with emotions he doesn't understand. Spirit is forcing him into confrontation with himself, and no amount of running can stop it. October squeezes him until the denial cracks. But here is the mystery. The more the feminine anchors her power, the faster his awakening unfolds. Your sovereignty doesn't push him away. It magnetizes him. Your alignment does not scare him. It destabilizes the version of him that was never real. Spirit designed it this way so that both counterparts rise together, though in very different ways. October also brings acceleration. What once felt years away suddenly moves closer. Encounters that seem impossible manifest by chance. Conversations shift out of nowhere. Doors open that were once locked. Spirit collapses timelines in this month because the portal of September already cleared the ground. Now, October plants the seed of embodiment, and that seed grows faster than you expect. You may also notice the tether becoming louder, almost electric. Random waves of emotion that feel like they're not yours. Heart flutters that arrive without warning. A pull in your body that whispers, something is moving. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. The universe is pulling both of you toward alignment, and your bodies are translating that energy into sensation. The final truth is this. October brings a new stage for twin flames because it refuses to let the old survive. It is the month of embodiment, where choices are no longer delayed and truths can no longer be denied. For the feminine, it means stepping into full sovereignty. For the masculine, it means confronting the weight of what he has tried to avoid. For both, it means acceleration into the next stage of the journey. So as you step into October, know this: you are not walking into another cycle of waiting. You are walking into alignment. The energy will test you, but it will also carry you. It will shake the masculine, but it will also awaken him. And it will demand that you, feminine, hold steady as the anchor of this sacred unfolding. Feminine, as October arrives, you don't just notice the energy around you, you feel it inside you. Spirit doesn't whisper change to the mind alone, it writes it directly into the body and into the heart. That's why one of the clearest confirmations that this new stage has begun is the surge of emotional and physical symptoms that seem impossible to ignore. These aren't random inconveniences. They are the language of spirit, spoken through your vessel. The first thing many feminines notice is a deep restlessness. You may feel tired, yet unable to sleep. Nights stretch long, filled with tossing and turning, often waking at 2:22 or 3:33 a.m. These hours are not mistakes. They are activation points. Spirit chooses these times to download frequencies that bypass your logical mind and root themselves in your soul. If you wake restless, it means your system is receiving new codes, even while your mind fights to understand. Alongside restlessness comes exhaustion that feels unexplainable. No amount of sleep seems enough. You wake drained, as if you worked through the night, and in truth you did. Your soul is traveling, your energy body is being recalibrated, and your nervous system is adjusting to hold higher frequencies. This fatigue is not failure. It is evidence of transformation happening beneath the surface. Then there are the emotional waves. One moment you cry without knowing why. The next, you feel a surge of anger or frustration. Minutes later, a strange peace washes over you. It feels inconsistent, unstable, but in truth, it is sacred cleansing. Spirit is flushing out the residue of old wounds so they can no longer poison the new timeline. Every tear is a release. Every burst of anger is a wall breaking. Every moment of peace is the space Spirit is carving out for what's coming. Your body also responds with physical sensations. A tight chest, heat rising through the heart, tingling in your hands or spine, sudden warmth in the womb. All of these are activations. They are proof that energy is moving through you. The heart expands to hold more unconditional love. The throat burns to prepare for truth that must be spoken. The womb pulses as the seat of creation, preparing to birth a new stage of your journey. Even if it feels uncomfortable, these sensations are not random pain. They are holy upgrades. Dreams intensify as well. You may see the masculine vividly, sometimes night after night. Conversations, arguments, reconciliations, or visions of future union come alive in your sleep. You wake up carrying the emotions as if they were real, because in the higher realms, they are. Spirit uses dreams to bypass the walls of the ego. What cannot yet manifest in the physical finds rehearsal in the unseen. For you, the feminine, these dreams confirm movement. For him, they break denial. Food and appetite may also shift. You may lose desire for heavy foods or feel called to eat more grounding meals. Your body is asking for stability as your spirit travels through rapid transformation. He feels this too. Foods, habits, or substances that once comforted him may suddenly lose their taste. Even his distractions, the karmics, the routines, the cycles, begin to feel empty. His vessel is rejecting what no longer aligns with union. Another powerful symptom is the urge to withdraw. You may crave silence, solitude, or time away from the noise. Screens, conversations, and superficial interaction feel draining. This isn't isolation, it's sacred retreat. Spirit draws you into quiet so you can hear what the world drowns out. Every time you follow the pull into solitude, you anchor the codes of this portal more deeply into your being. And then there's the tether. You may feel sudden bursts of longing, random waves of love, or emotions that feel like they don't belong to you. These are echoes of the masculine. His energy bleeds into yours because spirit is amplifying the tether, reminding you that you are moving together, even if apart. If you've been feeling emotions that arrive uninvited, trust them. They are signs of his awakening, bleeding through the veil of separation. The second divine truth is this: your emotional and physical symptoms are not obstacles. They are confirmations. They prove that October's energy is real, alive, and moving through you right now. Every restless night, every unexplained ache, every tear or sudden laugh is Spirit's way of saying, you are shifting. The bond is shifting. Union is closer than you think. Feminine, one of the most striking aspects of October's energy is the way it tears down karmic cycles that have overstayed their purpose. These cycles, whether relationships, habits, environments, or even ways of thinking, cannot withstand the vibration of the new month. Spirit refuses to allow what is false to cross this threshold. What looked stable in September may collapse in October because the portal is demanding truth. For the divine masculine, Karmics have often been his hiding place. A karmic partner might have felt like safety. A demanding job may have distracted him from facing his wounds. Addictions or numbing patterns served as walls against vulnerability. But October carries a frequency that strips the illusions bare. The safety of Karmics begins to feel suffocating. The job that once justified his avoidance feels meaningless. The patterns that once kept him numb suddenly stop working. Spirit forces his hand, dismantling anything that delays his awakening. The feminine feels this collapse too. Perhaps it shows up as friendships fading, people leaving suddenly, or environments you no longer resonate with. What once felt tolerable now feels unbearable. Spirit sharpens your senses so you cannot ignore misalignment. You notice where your energy leaks, where your truth is silenced, where your light is dimmed, and you can no longer stay there. October asks you to release, sometimes painfully, so your timeline can align with union. Karmic collapse rarely comes gently. It may show up as sudden arguments, unexpected endings, shocking revelations, or tower moments that shake the ground beneath your feet. To the mind, it feels like chaos, but to spirit, it is perfect choreography. Every ending is timed. Every crack reveals truth. Every collapse is his space being made for what is sacred. You may sense his karmic cycles dissolving through the tether, dreams of him leaving, visions of karmic arguments, or sudden downloads that he feels restless and dissatisfied. These are not fantasies. They are energetic truths. Spirit often shows the feminine these collapses before they fully manifest in the 3D, so that you remain anchored in faith even when you cannot yet see evidence. The masculine, of course, often resists. He may cling harder to what is crumbling, terrified of emptiness. He may try to repair what cannot be repaired, or convince himself that he is satisfied. But resistance only intensifies the collapse. Spirit is relentless in this stage. Every attempt to hold on to false foundations fails. The karmic bond that once seemed strong suddenly feels brittle, empty, and unsustainable. And in the ashes, the truth rises. Only the tether to you remains alive. Feminine, October also mirrors back to you. Where are your karmics still alive? Old thought patterns, fears of abandonment, habits of waiting, chasing, or doubting your worth? Spirit will highlight these too, pushing you to finally let them die. The portal doesn't just clear his illusions, it clears yours. Both of you are stripped down so that union can be built on truth alone. And here lies the deeper mystery. Karmic collapse is not punishment. It is proof. Proof that spirit is actively preparing the ground for union. Proof that timelines are accelerating. Proof that the bond is stronger than any illusion that tried to stand in its way. Every door closing is another sign that spirit is removing obstacles from the path you are destined to walk together. The third divine truth is this: karmic cycles cannot survive October's energy. They will collapse under the frequency of truth, no matter how much either of you tries to hold them up. And when they fall, they leave behind the clearest sign of all: the path to union, unobstructed, undeniable, and alive. Feminine, if September cracked the walls of illusion, October is the month that presses the masculine until those walls collapse completely. He has carried the weight of denial, distraction, and karmic attachments for so long that he convinced himself it was normal. But the frequency of this new month does not allow him to hide. Spirit has turned up the pressure, and every part of his life that was built on avoidance is now crumbling in his hands. This pressure shows up first in his restlessness. You may feel it through the tether. His energy is unsettled, sharp, and difficult to ignore. He feels uncomfortable in places he once called home. He feels drained by conversations that once distracted him. His body aches. His chest feels heavy. His mind won't quiet down. Spirit is pulling him into confrontation with himself, and he cannot silence it. His dreams intensify during this stage. He sees you vividly, sometimes night after night. Conversations with you echo in his sleep. Scenarios of karmic collapse or sudden reunions play out as if they are real. He wakes disoriented, carrying your presence with him all day. These dreams are not random. They are Spirit's way of bypassing his defenses, reminding him of what he cannot erase. The more he tries to deny, the louder his dreams become. October also brings emotional storms for him. Outbursts of anger, sudden grief, unexplainable longing. He may not express it openly, but inside he is being torn apart. Spirit is forcing him to feel what he has numbed for years. The silence that once gave him comfort now feels unbearable. The karmic cycles that once distracted him now feel suffocating. His spirit knows that change is inevitable, and his emotions refuse to let him hide. Financial, professional, or relational tower moments may also rise during this month. Jobs that no longer align may suddenly shift. Relationships that were never built on truth may collapse. Plans he once clung to dissolve without warning. At first, he will interpret these as losses, but they are actually Spirit's way of clearing the ground. October refuses to let the masculine live in illusions any longer. Through all of this, he feels you, even if he doesn't speak, even if he runs. The tether becomes louder under pressure. He thinks of you at random hours. He feels your energy when you're not near. His heart races when your name appears. His chest tightens when he remembers the way you looked at him. October amplifies the bond until denial is no longer possible. He may resist, but he cannot escape. And here is what Spirit needs you to understand. His pressure is not your burden to carry. You may sense it, you may feel it, but it is not yours to fix. He must meet the fire himself. The masculine only becomes who he is meant to be by facing this collapse on his own. Your role is not to rescue him, but to remain anchored in your truth, shining as the beacon that guides him through the storm. The paradox is that the more pressure Spirit applies, the closer he comes to breakthrough. The cracks in his walls are not signs of failure. They are signs of awakening. Every reckless night, every emotional eruption, every collapse in his external life is another push toward recognition. Spirit does not pressure him to punish, but to prepare him for union. The fourth divine truth is this. October places the masculine under pressure he cannot escape. He is being stripped, refined, and awakened. And while the process may look messy, it is holy. Because in the breaking, he remembers what has always been true. You are his divine feminine, and nothing can replace you. Feminine, if October feels heavy, it is because you are holding something sacred. You are anchoring the path forward not just for yourself, but for the masculine and for the union itself. Spirit has always trusted the divine feminine to carry light into the shadows, to stabilize energy when chaos swirls, to embody truth when everything around her tries to deceive. This month, more than ever, you are the anchor. Anchoring does not mean standing still. It means standing firm. It means rooting so deeply in your soul that no storm, no silence, no karmic collapse can pull you out of alignment. Spirit has prepared you for this. Every test of sovereignty, every season of waiting, every cycle of self-discovery was shaping you into this version of yourself, the feminine who holds her mission no matter what. October demands embodiment. You cannot go back to chasing, waiting, or begging for scraps of connection. You cannot silence your intuition or dim your light to keep the peace. This month, Spirit will make it impossible for you to ignore your truth. If you try, your body will revolt. Your spirit will feel restless. Your emotions will burn until you step back into alignment. The new energy will not allow you to shrink. Anchoring also means choosing wisely where your energy flows. The portal will reveal leaks, people, habits, or thoughts that drain your light. Spirit is asking you to close those doors once and for all. Each no you speak to misalignment becomes a yes to your higher path. Each boundary you set clears space for union. Each act of self-respect sends a message through the tether. The feminine has risen, and the masculine must rise too. Your anchoring directly impacts him. The masculine feels your steadiness. He senses the shift when you refuse to give your energy to old cycles. The version of him that fed on your devotion without giving back cannot reach you anymore. He may feel the loss at first, like oxygen suddenly removed, but that very absence forces him to rise. Your sovereignty is not rejection, it is invitation. An invitation for him to meet you where you truly are, not where he wished you would stay. Anchoring does not mean coldness. It means warmth with boundaries, love without self-betrayal, compassion without compromise. It means living your mission fully, shining so brightly that your life itself becomes a beacon of what union truly represents. You do not need to drag him into the light. You need only to stay in your own. The tether will do the rest. October also asks you to lean into your sacred practices. Prayer, meditation, journaling, walking in nature, cleansing your body, honoring your womb and heart space. These practices ground you, reminding you that you are not carrying this alone. Spirit flows through you, sustaining you. The feminine anchors not by force, but by receptivity, by allowing herself to be filled with source again and again. The weight may feel heavy, yes, but Spirit reminds you, you were chosen because you can hold it. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are the bridge between what is crumbling and what is being born. The masculine may stumble, resist, or break under pressure, but your anchoring ensures that the path remains open, steady, and alive. The fifth divine truth is this: the feminine anchors the path forward, not by chasing him, but by embodying herself. Not by fixing him, but by standing in her mission. Not by waiting endlessly, but by living her truth fully. This is how you call union into reality, not by force, but by frequency. Feminine, we have walked through the signs, the symptoms, the karmic collapses, the masculine's pressure, and your sacred role as anchor. Now, Spirit leaves you with this truth. October is not a month to stumble into. It is a month to enter aligned. The energy will not allow half-choices, half-truths, or half-hearted devotion. This is the moment where your yes must be a full yes, and your no must be a full no. October arrives as a sacred threshold. It is the moment where Spirit closes the door on what cannot continue and opens the way toward what is destined. You may feel the gravity of this already, the sense that the old world is slipping through your fingers, even as something new vibrates beneath your feet. This tension is not chaos. It is the in-between, the sacred pause before the leap. Spirit is asking you to cross the threshold consciously. For the feminine, This means walking into October with sovereignty, not fear. You are not here to wait for him. You are not here to beg for signs. You are here to live your truth fully, trusting that the tether and spirit will take care of the rest. The more you align with your mission, the faster union draws near. Your embodiment is the signal that accelerates everything. For the masculine, October is confrontation. He will feel the squeeze of spirit in ways he cannot escape. His karmics will fall apart. His distractions will fail. His emotions will overwhelm him. But remember, this is not punishment. It is initiation. Spirit is shaping him into the man who can stand beside you, not as a weight, but as a partner. Your role is not to drag him across this threshold, but to shine so clearly that he knows where to walk. October also accelerates timelines. What once felt years away may suddenly appear in front of you. Unexpected encounters, sudden messages, dreams that manifest in waking life. Spirit collapses time when alignment is chosen. That is why your choices this month matter so much. Every decision, every boundary, every act of self-honor writes the script of your union. The tether between you will grow louder as well. You may feel waves of love, longing, or even his pain echoing through your body. Instead of fearing these sensations, bless them. They are proof that spirit is weaving you closer, proof that the bond is alive. Let the tether remind you that even when you feel alone, you are never truly apart. The final message is this: enter October aligned. Do not carry old fears, old patterns, or old versions of yourself into this month. They will only weigh you down. Step forward as the feminine who knows her worth, who trusts spirit, who embodies her mission. Because when you do, the masculine will feel it, the tether will vibrate stronger, and the path to union will unfold naturally. Feminine, this is not another cycle of waiting. This is not another lesson in disappointment. This is the moment where everything shifts. The final portal of September has prepared the way, and now October demands embodiment. Step through aligned, and you will see just how close union already is. The sixth divine truth is this: October is the month that will impact your journey in ways you cannot yet imagine. Enter it with faith, with courage, with clarity. Because once you do, nothing will ever be the same again.